Hello everyone, my name is Sagar, and from this video we'll start the Copilot Studio series. Now Copilot, it's a very powerful tool where you could use your low code no code solution and you can build numerous kind of applications in a very less amount of or less span of time. Your Copilot can work 24 by 7. Okay, you can create your daily automation task here. You can leverage AI and a lot of things. So for now, let's do this. We'll get into system and we'll start practical. So now if you want to access your Copilot, so you simply need to write here Copilot Studio dot Microsoft.com. Simply type this URL Copilot. Okay, I have written here wrong spelling. Excuse me for that. Copilot Studio. So you need to make sure you are writing Copilot and Studio on that .microsoft.com. Here you will need to enter your username and password. So I will simply enter my username and password quickly. So I am able to log in successfully. Here I will say that start my free trial. You can select your reason. So I'm starting my free trial. Okay, I will simply say got it. And so this is my home page of my Copilot Studio. I will do a refresh one more time here. Alright, so here you will see a bunch of options. This is your home. Here you can create your agent. Here you have different type of tools. So now what we'll do in this video, we'll simply create a basic agent. So here you have two options. Okay, the first thing is that you can select this create blank one option. That means you are creating your agent just from starting. Right, it's not loading, so I've simply duplicated this page. Now the first thing is that you need to make sure you are going to write environment. So I will select my dev environment to create my agent. Now I can go to my agent here. So you will need to have some patience because behind the screens a lot of code is running, and in the front end you are simply getting the GUI. So when you are working especially on Copilot Studio, so you will need to have some patience. Now here you get a bunch of options. For example, you can use this template. So there are a lot of templates, but what we'll do as we want to learn, so we'll create our own agent. So I'll click on this. Okay, this will take some time. Okay, so here you have a lot of options, so no need to panic about all these options, but we'll see each of these in our upcoming videos. Now the first thing is that this one, which OpenAI model you want to choose. So we can go with this 4.1 because we are simply doing a practice at this moment. And here you'll need to give instruction, trigger, knowledge, and everything. The trigger is nothing when your agent should trigger. So I'll simply click on add. For example, let's say if you want to integrate your agent either with SharePoint or Dataverse or your Planner app or your Teams app, Outlook, so you can simply do that from here. Similarly, you can give your own instruction from here. And one more thing here, first thing is that you need to give a good name to your agent. So you can say this is my first demo agent. And again, you can change your icon from here and you can give a brief description about your agent. So you can say this is our first demo agent. Okay, now we have seen what are triggers. Now here you can give instruction to your agent, and then you can add knowledge to your agent. So what I mean by that is when you click on this option, so if you want to integrate or if you want to add any particular website or you want to add either your SQL database, your Dataverse, your SharePoint, your Salesforce, or your Dynamics application. So you can easily do everything. So when you add your knowledge here, it means this application will read the data from those application and will give you an interactive answer. We'll see everything, but for now I will simply cancel this thing. Like you will need to have some patience. I will say leave. Then again, you have tools here, you have topic here, you have everything, a lot of things here. So, but for now, what I will do, we'll disable this option web search. It simply means that if you will not get any sufficient data, then your AI will automatically do a Google or you can say the browser search behind the screens and will get you the relevant data. But for now, what I will do, I will simply save this. This would be our first demo. So we'll simply create a simple type of agent. Okay, now once you create your agent, okay, now see, if you see here the agent is ready. So within a few seconds you have created your first agent, even though we haven't done any kind of configuration or we haven't added anything here, but still it will work. For example, let's say, hi, how are you? So here, if you see, we have given this prompt, okay, and it is saying, hello, how can I help you today? Now, basically, this data is coming from your topic. So let me enable this option and let me cancel this, okay, and I will cancel this. I can say, all good. Okay, so here, if you see, I I provided this phrase, hi, how are you? Okay, so if you see my face, I said, hi, how are you? It is something like, like good afternoon, good morning, hello, how are you? It is just the starting of the conversation. Then this message is prompted here. You see, hello, how can I help you today? Exactly this message. I said, all good. It didn't find any good information. It simply ended the conversation and again asked the same question. Hello, hi, how can I help you? Now, from where all this data is coming? So this all data is coming from your topics. I will reiterate. So let me show you, So let's click on agent first. Okay. So this is the agent that we created, right? 2 minutes back. 2 minutes ago. I will open this agent and now I will go to top. Okay. And here inside your topic, let me open this topic. I'll click on this creating topic. We can build our own topic. So if you see, this is the topic, right? So if I will again say good morning, okay, it will give me this prompt. If we enable this so that I will get that data. So for example, when I toggle this track between topics, and when I will again say good morning, I write wrong spelling, but So here you see it is saying that it has been run and this has been went here. Now let us say instead of hello, how can I help you today? You want some other text. So how you can do that? For example, let me say edit here. Now I will simply save this. Okay, I've simply saved it and it is saving. It will take a second. Now it is saved. Now if I will again give the same phrase. So for example, if you give any of these phrases like something like this, okay, I will say hey. Now this time it will give me this answer. Hello, how can I help you? Edit. Right? Now you understand that topic is something very important and critical. So in simple words, you can say topics, they are basically, tells how and, they provide a specific conversation or flow, right? This is what the topic is doing. So we have, whole bunch of other topics as well. See, all these topics that you are getting is out of the box. Even though I can do editing. So for example, I edited it here. If I will disable it, then it will not work. So for example, I disabled it. Okay. I disable this greeting. Now, if I will ask same question, I should get some of the response. Right. Now you say this time, what is happening? We have disabled that greeting topic, right? So this one is not running. Now, you see, we have another topic named as goodbye. So that is running now because it is enabled. Now, if you open this topic, again, it will work in this way. It looks a bit complex currently, but it is very simple and straightforward. Okay. So now the basic agenda, what I want to show you is that, let me enable it first because we want to have it in its original state. Okay, now you understand that topics, it really helps us in a particular conversation with our chat. Now all these topics, they are out of the box. You can customize it for sure. Okay. Now I will again go to overview. Now this is turning on again. If you do any kind of changes in Copilot Studio, it will take some time because it is not a real-time application. Behind the screens, you are building a chatbot. You are not navigating through a web UI or web pages. So you will need to wait for a few minutes because behind the screens, what is happening, the AI model, a lot of customization or configuration that Microsoft have configured, all these are running. So it takes some time, so it have some latency. That's why you will get outputs, somewhat in a delayed way or fashion. So, be sure about that. Okay, so this is also done. Now I think you understand what is knowledge, what is tools, what are agent. Agent is nothing, this is itself an agent. Understand topic, inside your activity, how many times you run this flow, all this information will be available. You can see the logs will be available here. Then again you have this evaluation and then analytics. Again, like all these are not available currently. Then once your chatbot is ready, you can publish your chatbot to any of these platforms. For example, you want to publish this in WhatsApp, or you have your some website, you want to publish it in your Teams. Okay, inside your Teams, this will get configured and the user can chat. Okay, so you have a bunch of options here. Now, for our demo, what I will do, let me write Copilot Studio soft documentation. I will open this documentation and I will open this website. Now what I will do, I will integrate this particular public website to my agent. So for that, I will use my knowledge. I will add on, click on this add knowledge. Okay, I'll click on this public website I can paste this link and be okay. Can't be more than 2D level. So what I will do, let me remove this because it is asking me that can't be 2 level deep. I will add it, okay, and I will say add variant. Now I'm using a free trial, so I will get somewhat, you can say, uh, less options to play. But when you are starting this, at that time it is really sufficient. So now it is enabled. Okay, our knowledge is enabled. I can also enable this option because I want to also do web search as well. So let me publish. Okay, okay. So this is my testing window. Here I can click on this start a new session. Okay, now we'll provide some information. So I can say, let me copy this. Here, let me paste this. And again, I forget one thing. Okay, it's already used. So now let's see what data it provides us. Okay, let me quickly go here. Alright, so here if you see, currently it provided the information from my website because even though I have provided a specific website, but the answer was very generic, so that's why it used my web search. Okay, because you see all these URLs, they are generic URLs, right? Now let me try this, even though it is also 2 level deep, but again I will go to knowledge, and here I can add one more knowledge, or you can come back, let knowledge, let's say public website, I can add this. Okay, it is, let me remove this. I can add agent. Okay, so I use a string. Okay, I removed this enus. Now let's ask a specific question. Okay, so let me ask here any question from here. Okay, what is MCP connector information? I will again start a new session. Now let's say what is MCP connector information? Let's see what output it provides. Okay, so you see it provides a lot of information, right? So now what I will do, I will again go to overview, and this time now I will disable my web search. Okay, and we'll ask the same question. What is MCP connector information? So it gives us basically all the information. Okay, now it is providing us very generic information in our first video. But let's complete this video by creating our own topic. Okay, so what we'll do, I will say department, give me department name. So I'm putting some random phrases here. Okay. Now once you will see these type of phrases, now you simply want to send a message. Hi, please give your department name. I will save this. And I can say this as department topic. I will save this. Okay, now to test this, I can say hi department, something like this. Now once I provided these phrases, now what will happen? It will simply display this message. Hi, please give your department. So this is how you will able to build your first agent. Now there are a lot of options, a lot of capabilities that we can do. It works similar to, you can say, Power Automate Logic app, but it can call them, it can call your flow from here itself. Now there are a bunch of options. So Copilot Studio is very, very powerful. It is highly integrated with a lot of applications. So you can build your solution, in a very effective way. And also it has a rich library in every aspect. It is, first of all, have a good, compatible with your either your Dynamics application to your legacy, like your normal, what do we call, like the Office 365 application. So it have a very, good connection with all this application. So this was the intro about Copilot Studio, how we can leverage it, and we have also built our first very, very simple and generic agent. So thanks for watching this video.